Thank you, Mr Assistant Speaker. To close, as what we've heard in response to this motion today, I think, continues to demonstrate the contempt in which they hold the people of Canberra. The Chief Minister says that people of Canberra overwhelmingly endorsed his government last year. I'm not sure that 1.7% of the total vote of Labor over Liberal is a glowing endorsement and an overwhelming endorsement. And the Chief Minister and Mr Attenborough then they sort of reject the basic premise of my motion here today. I think you'll find that the vast majority of the points listed in this motion have come about through FOI requests, through Auditor General's report, through questions in the Assembly or from members to relevant ministers. So how can we reject this publicly known data, Mr Assistant Speaker? How does the Chief Minister reject the fact the government paid $3.9 million to purchase land from the CFMEU with no plans to use it? How does the Chief Minister reject the fact that his government is now renting that same block back from the CFMEU for $1 a year? How does the Chief Minister reject the fact that his government purchased land adjacent to Glebe Park for $4.2 million, where valuations place the property between $1 million and $3.8 million? How does the Chief Minister reject the fact that the building and the property and the real estate sectors say they were blindsided by a huge 300% increase in LVC on unit developments, let alone how that's going to affect the price of properties and how, therefore, affordability for your average Canberran? How does the Chief Minister reject the fact that the purchase of boat hire companies and Mr Spokes near Lake Burley Griffin for $1 million took place when one valuation was between $50,000 and $100,000 and the other $900,000 to $1 million? Now, how does the Chief Minister reject the concerns expressed by the one-off deal given to a Mr Fluffy property in the inner south with a non-disclosure agreement attached to it, but not giving consideration to others in similar circumstances? How does the Chief Minister reject the concerns of residents, of ratepayers, of constituents about that sneaky technical amendment which allowed the government to use CFZ land for basically residential purposes? How does the Chief Minister reject the fact that his government has been giving mixed messages to the Ainslie shops? 1 minute it's to be remediated, the next minute it must be demolished. How does the Chief Minister reject the fact of issues plaguing the youth justice system and how to keep young people and staff safe at Bimbury? How do you reject the fact that there are peak bodies such as Clubs ACT that the government is punishing and refusing to meet with for daring to disagree with them? How can you reject the fact of issues in the Health Directorate such as bullying, integrity of data and maintenance? The fire in the switchboard was another fact. How can you reject the Auditor General's findings that, and I quote, transparency, accountability and rigour have been lacking? And another quote, the final ascribed value lacks evidence and methodology. Mr Parton mentioned that this government feels they can get away with anything. The Chief Minister has today rejected transparency, accountability and good governance. Good governance happens when government behaves in a fair, open and transparent manner. It happens when consultation involves the whole community. It happens when ministers respond to requests and letters from other elected representatives who have every right to ask questions on behalf of their constituents and have every right to expect an answer. This government doesn't reflect this, and it's for that reason that I move this motion today, asking the government to explain why there are such serious shortcomings with crime prevention and rehabilitation, why Canberrans can't keep pace with the cost of living and are being left out of the conversations about our city's future, and why cronyism has become a defining attribute of government in the ACT. It's one-offs, it's special deals, it's cronyism, it's not knowing, not applying the rules in a fair and consistent way. It's double standards, it's dubious deals, and it's preferential treatment for some and not others. I'm very disappointed that the government and the Greens will not support this motion today, but let me say, Mr Assistant Speaker, I'm not at all surprised.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion say aye. Aye. Of the contrary, no. No. I declare the noes have it.